In previous videos, we have gone through India's DPDP Act 2023 and tried to understand various chapters and sections. A companion of this act is the DPDP Rules 2025. Apart from understanding the act, understanding of the rules is also very much required. So, similar to raw reading of the act, in the coming videos, we will try to do a raw reading of the rules. In the first video of this series, we will take a look at all the rules at a high level to understand the structure, including the schedules given in the rules document. In the coming videos, we will do a deep dive into each rule and related schedules. The rules were released as a government notification on the 13th of November 2025 and was done so as per Section 40 of the DPDP Act. The document contains 23 rules numbered 1 to 23 on various topics. For the purpose of this video, we will group them together into similar rules to understand it in a better manner. Wherever further details are to be provided, the document has made them into schedules, and there are 9 of them, including some being split into parts. Each schedule is referenced to a specific rule. Similar to the grouping of rules, we have grouped the schedules in this video for better understanding. We can group Rule 1 and Rule 2 as preliminaries, which are mainly relating to titles and definitions. These rules provide 3-phased implementation, a deadline of 18 months for full compliance, and 100% dependency on the DPDP Act for any missing definitions. Next set of rules can be called as the front line, as they have the requirements of notice and consent. These rules are number 3 and 4, which are relating to notice and consent manager. The rules require that the notification should provide links to 3 actions and provide a reference to a schedule for details on conditions and obligations of consent managers. Rule 5 and 6 can be grouped together as they are relating to state processing and security requirements. The rules provided for 6 authorized processing grounds for the government, require minimum of 1-year retention of logs, and 4 acceptable security methods. Next set of rules are 7 and 8, which are relating to intimation of breach and time period of purposes. When breach occurs, the rules require 2 distinct reportings, as well as sets a deadline of 72 hours for detailed reporting to the board. A 48-hour warning needs to be given before data erasure, and logs must be maintained for 1 year post that. Let's look at rules that are relating to accountability and vulnerable groups. These are rules 9, 10, 11, and 12, which pertain to DPO contact info, consent relating to children and persons with disabilities. Contact details of 1 person has to be provided, 3 verification pathways can be taken, and a single lawful guardian is required. A separate schedule is made available with details of exemption from verification of children or parents, and the schedule provides for classes of processors and purposes of processing. Rule 13 provides for additional obligations of significant data fiduciaries, and Rule 14 lists out rights of data principals. The rule provides for conduct of data protection, impact assessment, and audits at least once in a year, and a ceiling of 90 days for redressal of any request from the data principal. Rule 15 pertains to transfer outside India, and Rule 16 pertains to exemptions for requirements of the Act. The Act or rules by itself does not restrict transfer of data to any specific country, 3 purposes noted for exemptions, and reference made to specific schedule for details of processing requirements for exemption. The remaining rules are mainly relating to the Data Protection Board of India. Rules 17, 18, and 21, relating to members, officers, etc. 19 and 20 relating to procedure and functioning, 22 relating to tribunal, and 23 relating to specific power. The rule requires 1/3 as quorum for meetings of the board, stipulates 6 months for completion of inquiries, and makes reference to 5th and 6th schedules relating to terms and conditions. As mentioned earlier, the rules document consists of schedules as well. Let us try to group them and understand them. Part A and B of the first schedule are relating to the consent manager. They prescribe the conditions and obligations. Entities with a minimum of 2 crore net worth can apply for registering as consent manager. Consent managers are required to maintain the data for a minimum of 7 years and are required to disclose any shareholders having more than 2% stake. Schedule 2 is pertaining to standards for processing by state, and the 7th schedule pertains to purposes for obtaining additional information. These schedules provide for 4 types of processing of data and 3 purposes of processing them by the state. Next set of schedules are Schedule 3 and 2 parts of Schedule 4. 3rd schedule pertains to the time period of specified purpose, and 4th schedule pertains to exemptions from Act. Privacy data has to erased after 3 years, and there are 5 classes of fiduciaries and 6 purposes that are exempt from the Act. Fifth and sixth schedules are pertaining to terms and conditions of services of chairperson, members, officers, and employees of the board. The monthly salary of chairperson is set at 4.5 lakhs, and that of members is set at 4 lakhs. The deputation time limit of officers and employees is set at 5 years. In summary, the rule is set to operationalize India's privacy framework by clearly setting the requirements for notices and consents, enforcing rigorous data lifecycle management, mandating prompt data breach notifications, and imposing elevated governance requirements. It tries to strike a balance between stringent organizational accountability and valid reasons for exemptions from the Act. Thank you for watching this video relating to the raw reading of the DPDP rules. Hope you are now aware of various rules and schedules at a high level. This was the 5th video in this series released by DPDPA-mentor.in, and more detailed and practical videos will be released periodically for your benefit. Please visit our YouTube channel at DPDPA Mentor, as well as our website dpdpamentor.in regularly to check out other informative resources. Wishing you a successful DPDP Act implementation.